Howdy. Women's football is off to a good start. We are undefeated after 4 games. We are 3-0-1 with our only non-win being a 0-0 draw against number 18 Clemson on the road. Tough road assignment for that, but we've come home now with 3 straight wins and scored. We have a plus 15 goal differential on the season, which is a great start. We've this past Sunday we played in front of the 11th largest home crowd in the history of NCAA soccer, which was a great experience especially for our young players, because sometimes we take it for granted of what the 12th man is about. But the experience for our girls on Saturday night was really pretty cool. We won the game 2-1 over New Mexico State after beating Sam Houston 6-0, and after beating McNeese State 8-0. And really, the game on Saturday should have been we should have been up by 3 after about 6 minutes, and just didn't quite finish our chances. Good news for us is we are getting at least 10 shots on goal a game. Averaging almost 4 goals a game is a good standard for us. That would put us at the top of the country in goals per season. A lot of good performances. We have 11 different goal scorers, which is pretty extraordinary at this time of the year. Kenna Caldwell, today's her birthday, by the way. It's her 22nd birthday. She has about a 0.32 goals against average, which is on a record pace as well. So all in all, we're off to a good start. We're already a fifth of the way through the season, which is hard to imagine with football, with the pointy football just getting started this week. But we go on the road. We go up to Big Ten country this week, which will be another good challenge for us. University of Illinois on Thursday at Illinois, brand new facility, which we're seeing over and over around the country is these brand new and really fantastic facilities that schools are putting that investment into their women's athletics, which is neat to see how those schools are being supported. So that game will be at 7:00 on Thursday. It's the first time we've been to Champaign to play. Their coach and I go back about 40 years. Her brother is a former teammate of mine in college, which is kind of a small world. And then on Sunday, we will head over to Ohio State. We'll play against the Buckeyes in a noon Eastern time kickoff. Again, this will be our first time to play at Jesse Owens Stadium, where they've got a very, very strong record over time. They are 2-1 on the season, coming off of a loss this past weekend to the national runners-up last year at BYU. So Lori Walker-Hawk, also a longtime colleague and friend, but those are 2 programs that are consistent NCAA programs, 2 teams that will give us, I think, a lot of challenges across the board. Playing in the North will be a different type of experience for all of our players. We play on an absolute carpet at Ellis Field that is one of the fastest fields in the country. Going up north, the fields are slower because the grass is not Bermuda. It slows you down a little bit. And but we think that all in all, we're in a pretty good place at the moment. So I'll take any questions anyone has.
Let's go to the back, and we'll go to Justin Woodard from KAGS.
I guess you're going to give up a goal at some point, but your defense, Coach, 1 goal allowed in the regular season so far. So what are you seeing from the back end, and especially, I know Kenna's in goal?
Well, our back line is really where all of our experience is. And actually, even the goal that was scored, a lot of people thought it was offside, but referees made a great non-call on that. I want to be on the record that I'm saying good things about the referees, at least at this time of the season. But it was on the borderline, and really a well-timed run by the New Mexico State player to be able to get in and score against Kenna. Kenna's been fantastic, but our pace, the speed that we have on our back line, and the experience we have on our back line is really, really special. It's why we are able to throw so many people forward, is because of the pace and the athleticism on the back line. Carlina Sample, former SEC Defender of the Year. Katie Smith, who's coming back as our defensive MVP from last year, and then Carolyn Calzada. You guys will know the last name, is an extraordinary athlete, great competitor, long legs that really covers a lot of ground fast, and she's not playing like a freshman. She came in early last spring and established herself immediately as a big time starter for us. So I'm really pleased with the back line. Kenna, in her 4th year, has grown so much as a leader that you can really see that evident in the way that our defense plays and the organization that we have.
Let's go to Dave Nuno here in the middle, and then we'll go to Naomi on the left.
Coach G, what are you guys doing to create so many chances for that many people? I think you said 11 different scores.
Well, it starts with, I'll go back to just the philosophy that we have in the way that we play when we don't have the ball. And I think Phil Stevenson, who's our associate head coach, has really done a great job of implementing this mindset into the players. And it's something I've believed in a long time. Those of you who know me, I'm a big college basketball fan. One of my heroes was Nolan Richardson from when I was in school at the University of Tulsa. He went on and did pretty well at Arkansas. And their philosophy was 40 minutes of hell. Well, we try to give the other team 90 minutes of hell. The way that we pressurize, the way that we overwhelm people on the ball through our athleticism, through our tenacity to get in your face and try to take the ball off you. And you'll see many different instances throughout the season where we'll have 3 and 4 people absolutely swarming on the ball as soon as we lose it. So being able to win the ball further up the field gives us more opportunities further up the field, and it also can catch the other team as they move into their attacking shape. We can catch them and take advantage of spaces that are there and available for us. You add that to the young talent that we have. Mia Pante's been fantastic. Kate Colvin's been fantastic. Sydney Becerra, new freshman for us, has been awesome in the way that she kind of dictates the offense. There's a lot of positive things going on. Now, going into Big Ten country, I don't know that we're going to get as many chances. Like I said, the timing will be a little bit different, but we like where we are at the moment because, we're basically being able to come in and put our 90 minutes of hell inflict that onto the other team, and it's all because of the way that we train. We train that way every day, and so it's just a matter of the girls kind of waking up in the morning, and that's what they're going to do.
Let's go left side to Naomi from the Dallas Morning News and the Battalion, and then Travis.
So with this freshman class, what have you been, I guess, most impressed with, and then what ways would you like to see them improve as the rest of the season moves forward?
Well, we've been fortunate in that for about the last 10 years, we've been having our freshmen have graduated high school a semester early, so they've been able to come in and get a semester of development under them. And our spring is all about player development and individual development and getting people, kind of entrenched in the way that we want to try to play. So the 4 players that did graduate early, Calzada, Becerra, there's 2 players that came in and earned starting positions. Georgia Leb, who's been a tremendous player so far, has already scored one of the goals of the year for us. And then Carolyn Niffen, is on IR at the moment, but should be available this coming week. All of them, they came in, they got all the uncomfortableness out of their freshman year early on back in February. And so, I really don't even really think of them so much as freshmen as much as I think of them as solid members of the team so far. So that learning curve has been kind of leveled off because they've already been here for 9 months instead of they've only been here for 4 weeks like a lot of freshmen around the country have been.
Let's go to Travis here in front, and we'll finish with Tyler in the back.
It seems like, excuse me, it seems like over the last 3, 4, 5 years, just soccer in America, whether it be watching Premier League or Bundesliga, has exploded. Have you noticed that, and has that trickled its way down to even more support from what y'all have seen?
Well, I think you can point to Saturday night's crowd as evidence that people are out there. There's more people supporting women's football than anywhere else, any other time in the world. This past year at the Women's European Championships, they were drawing the biggest crowds in the history of European football. That's including the men and some incredible stadiums around the world. Wembley this past summer sold out. United States women are going to go over and play England, who won the European Championship. That game sold out 90,000 tickets in about an hour and a half. And so there is a good buzz. There's a lot of the bigger clubs in the world, the the Manchester Cities, the Manchester Uniteds, the Chelseas, the Barcelonas, the Real Madrids, the Bayern Munichs, who are all investing in women, and that investment is really trickling down. Last night, Spain won the under-20 World Cup, and with a lot of players who are playing, for really big-time clubs that are finally making the investment. So, women's soccer has always been great in the United States because our women across the board have more freedoms to take advantage of that. Northern Europe the same way, but now we're seeing it across the globe that more and more women are getting these opportunities. And it's ironic that for us in the United States, it's our 50th year of Title IX, but we're seeing it globally now, and it's really refreshing to see how much support and really how much respect these women are getting, because Lord knows they work their butts off. I mean, they put a lot of time and a lot of effort. They put their heart and soul into it. So to get that payback for us, to have more than 6,000 out into our stadium that only seats 2,400, that's pretty cool. I guess that would be the equivalent of 240,000 people showing up to Kyle Field this Saturday. That's the kind of explosion that we saw.
And we'll wrap it up with Tyler in the back.
G, are you surprised at all? In 3 games, you have 11 different goal scorers. That kind of offensive output. And what do you attribute kind of that success across the board to this early on?
Health would be one thing. The fact that we have our goal scorers available to us this year. Last year was the first bad season I've ever had, and there's a lot of things that you could point to that. I mean, I'll take all the responsibility for putting together the toughest schedule in the country, and then not having all 7 of our forwards available, and having to fill them in with freshmen that didn't come in early that didn't skip that last semester of their senior year because the NCAA wouldn't let them play in games that spring. So there's a lot of things that kind of worked against us last year. Well, all of those players now are a year older, and all of those players are a year more irritated at what happened last year. Our players are calling about like a revenge tour. I'd say it's more of a retribution tour because our opponents didn't do anything nasty to us. We did it to ourselves, and so you can see kind of that edge to the way the players are going into every game. That they're out to prove something, and hopefully we'll be able to continue to keep our focus and continue to keep our health, and we can keep scoring those goals because they are being scored by young players. We could compete in an under-19 tournament anywhere in the world right now with the youth and the talent level that we have on the Texas A&M roster.
All right, that's a wrap.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great week.